Ranvirji, Amitaji, Lakidas. Friends, I come from Hyderabad. We work in Telangana, the new states of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. I personally have lived in the slums for 11 years. I have faced evictions 4 times. That was in the 1990s and early 2000s. Our 2 states, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, the newest states of the country, in a way, for the last 4 or 5 months that we have, these 2 new states have been formed, have repeatedly said, the governments have repeatedly said that we are going to be, our development is going to be driven by urban, the cities. And our chief ministers have been repeatedly traveling to Singapore, to Kuala Lumpur and many other cities. They have been, now I think our chief minister of Andhra Pradesh is in Japan. And they have sought help from these cities and these countries to build these new states. When I lived in the slums, it was still possible for the poor to voice their voices, voice their demands. We had governments that listened to people, at least to a marginal level. We could lobby, we could still advocate, okay, this is what we demand. We are the people who build the city, we are the people who sustain the city, we are the people who make the lives of the middle class and the upper classes so comfortable by providing services at such cheap, subsidized rates. Please give us the minimum that will make us survive as human beings. It was still possible to voice these voices, voice these demands. But today, it has become so much more difficult. I have been told, we have been working with Ray as a point of leverage, because we found certain elements in that project, in that scheme, that did talk about rights of people, that did talk about participation of people, that talked about in-situ development of houses, in-situ development of slums. I'm told even these are in the process of revision. We have no problem, put whatever name you want. But we are told the only option that seems to be there is the public-private partnership in development of providing houses to people, which would basically mean the little land that is still in the possession of the poor will be taken away from them. It will be stolen by policy, it will be stolen by the government, it will be taken away from the poor to be given to the rich as a purposeful policy of the government. If it really happens, in fact, what I wanted to really request the secretary is, please don't go for public-private partnership in the provision of housing for the poor, the slums. Okay, you go implement that for any other section of society, but not for the poor, because the poor live on wastelands. They develop lands that are absolutely useless into livable, what is livable, and it is going to be snatched away from them to be given to the well-to-do through this public-private partnership. Please don't implement that as far as development of housing for the poor are concerned. All that the people are asking us, asking the government is, okay, don't provide us anything, just let us be. Give us loans. We will develop our houses in a way that more suits what we need. Because for us, housing is not just a place to live, but it is a place on which we work and earn our livelihood on. And we need a housing that is not suitable, what is suitable to the middle class who work elsewhere, because they can afford to live in a flat in a multi-story building. But for us, house is also a place where we work and earn our livelihood, and we need altogether different media, altogether different. So we are launching Right to the City campaign. And all that, as Professor Amitabh could do and others said, our cities are developing into extremely exclusionary cities. We have the high-tech city in Hyderabad, and there are lots of people who work as domestic workers, providing other services, but they have to travel kilometers and kilometers to come and work in this place. We don't, there were slums that were still there even 10 years ago in those areas, but those slums have disappeared and have been taken away by the rich and the middle class. Now, make our cities just give us land, give us water, give us resources that are required, because we are not just poor people, we are not an amorphous mass of poor. We are workers basically. And that is our identity. Our identity is that of being a worker contributing to the GDP of the city, not in small manner, but in big ways. I still remember in 1997, I just want to close with this. 1997, our collector came and told in the slum where we are, they came up with a project, they wanted to evict them, and said, you are living like worms. Precisely the words that he used in Telugu. You are living like worms, dirtying the city, and you need to go. And the people protested, and we couldn't take it. So we said, we want to show this collector what these people are contributing to the city, to the wealth of the city. So we took 300 families of rag pickers, and we got 15 students from the university, students from the college, to follow the waste. From the point where waste was dropped, our people, our students, along with the people of this particular community that worked as waste managers, they worked as rag pickers. Our students worked with where the waste is separated into plastic and metal and glass, and they worked with people who buy this waste and further market it till it came back, these products came back as plastic goods and glass, lot of things that come back to the market. And we calculated how much it was that this 300 families was contributing to the city. What was it that? From waste. And we found it is 6 crores. 6 crores of rupees in 1997 was certainly a big sum of money. And that was the contribution that these people, 300 families, were making to the city. So they are not just amorphous poor people. They are workers who contribute to the city. And it is important that that is recognized. It is recognized, and their rightful place to the city is given, or it will be taken. I think people should take it, demand it. So it is a wonderful evening that we are launching this Right to the City campaign today, and it is of extreme importance, and so many people of influence in society are here, and I think it is these voices of the poor that all of us represent should be heard louder and louder, so that the poor will have a claim to the city as they have, as much as they contribute to the wealth of the city. Thank you.